Dear junior entrepreneurs, dear guests, we would like to welcome you to our annual handover ceremony. Today, we are streaming from the JE House, the house of our network in Brussels, 1 year after our first online edition. 1 year ago, we took over at a time where everyone had to adapt, rethink, redesign their activities. And so had we. Both the smaller events that bring together the people that work for the international level and the bigger conferences that bring together junior entrepreneurs across Europe and our supporters. This year, everything was different, or at least everything had a different format, because our activities kept going on with the same goals as before. We continued to bring together junior entrepreneurs across Europe, bring together our network, and together bring our network forward to a bright future. While combating the difficulties of this period, we never lost track of where we, as a network, want to go. And therefore, we would now like to present to you the achievements that we, Junior Enterprises Europe, have achieved over the last 12 months as an organization and as a network of capable and committed students. Therefore, I now invite the Executive Board 2021 to join me at the table to present the annual results. Today, our network is composed of 33,000 students across 370 junior enterprises. 17 more that joined us throughout the last year. And despite the global situation, we were able to increase our number of projects to 5,100 projects in 2020, showing the adaptability and resilience of our junior enterprises. These are important steps towards our network strategy, towards our vision of, in 2023, we are 500 junior enterprises, growing together, delivering 5,750 added value projects, of which 300 in collaboration. Besides these very positive developments, as just introduced, our annual census 2020 does show a decrease in the last mentioned indicator, projects in collaboration, our measurement for integration. It is easy to push this onto the pandemic, but it's important to understand this goal and actively work towards it. We believe that collaboration, especially on the international level, is a key element to students' development. Collaboration between structures is needed everywhere in research, the business world, and society if we want to make a change. Therefore, it is important that despite the current circumstances, each and every one of us takes an extra step towards our peers, establishing a relationship, establishing trust, and working together. The newly developed European Junior Enterprise Development Model is there to support you. We have built this model this year to give advice to every junior enterprise in our network, increasing the sustainability, the quality, and the interaction in our network, and bringing each junior enterprise towards our vision of the junior enterprise of the future, a junior entrepreneur-centric one. Using this moment to change, to not just keep going, but to improve, has also been heard across Europe while the European Union worked on its recovery and resilience plans. I had the chance to take part and invite you to these discussions about our future. Throughout our term, we discussed the future of business models, innovation, recruitment, entrepreneurship, and education. I would like to encourage you to discover these discussions and to actively debate about our future. Empowering you for this active participation, empowering you to take part, empowering you to create a relevant impact, is our common purpose. We are thankful for the statements of support and inspirations that we have received during our term. Ursula von der Leyen, as President of the European Commission, has welcomed our efforts to show what it means to be entrepreneurial in today's world. Sandra Dixon-DeCleve, among many others, has taken the floor during the GE Europe Winter Conference 2021 in support of this mission. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the scenes, we have exchanged, shared best practices, reworked materials, and prepared the future of our network. Thank you.
In what regards my department, I would like to start by talking about IT. I was in that department for 2 full years, so my connection with it and also the expectations I had were naturally high. We indeed made some good progress in the department and implemented some new processes that are crucial for the high performance and good results on our projects. I am mostly happy about the progress we did about knowledge management and the development of new projects that will certainly impact our network. Yet, there is still a lot to do and a lot to improve. Nevertheless, I feel confident that my successor will continue the work done until now and accomplish great results. As for communication, there was not much more space for improvement in what regards the strategy. So we rather focused on innovating the way we communicate and in collecting and analyzing the results of our campaigns so we could better learn which directions we should take. Furthermore, redesigning the ambassadors program was a super important step in order to build a closer and stronger relations with our junior entrepreneurs. Regarding international relations, we had a chance of getting closer to J Global, and I am very happy about the many collaborations we had with them during the year. Moreover, getting to know other international confederations made me understand how strong our concept and network is. I really cannot get enough of the passion and potential that exists in our network, not only at the European level, but at the whole global level. Last, but definitely not least, the private cooperation department. I'll be very honest. I was terrified when we were starting our term. I was aware that this would not be an easy job, and that the challenges were many and very difficult to overcome, especially during a pandemic. But as a junior entrepreneur myself, I could not have taken this in any other way, but in giving even more of myself to change the reality and drive a meaningful impact for our organization and for our network. Therefore, it was a year of a very intense analysis, review, experimentation, and very honestly, a lot of fun too. What I remember the most about the work in private cooperation is the human connections that we built with the most amazing people doing the most beautiful businesses around the world. The results speak for themselves, and I am proud to communicate that this was probably the department that developed the most in the past year, resulting in a great impact in our financial sustainability, in the value we are able to bring to junior entrepreneurs, and also in the recognition we can establish within the business world. I come here with a mission of doing more and better every day, and I wouldn't have done anything differently. Last year, I finished my speech by saying that at the end of the day, this is all about the people and about making a difference. Today, I am happy to say that it was exactly by focusing on the people that me and my team were able to drive change, make a difference for our network. Thank you.
My dear network, I'm proud to have been your representative this year, and I'm grateful for having been there together with Julius, Milton, Tatiana, and Pedro and Joao, my colleagues, my team, my friends, and my family. Everything has an end, and even if I knew this moment would have come, I'm still surprised how fast these days pass. I'm not lying when I'm saying that the time here in the G house flew away from my hands, almost too quick to grab it. Today, I'm closing a huge chapter in my life. A journey that I started 4 years ago, and that slowly, day by day, has become part of who I am. Being a junior entrepreneur can be taught or learned. You need to live it. And that's what I did. For the last 4 years of my life, I embraced it, what hundreds of thousands of students have been doing for the last years. But I made the experience part of who I am. I made it mine because I never stopped being myself. I did what I felt was the right thing to do, and I did it. I know that nothing could have tormented me more than knowing that I would not try. Not knowing if I could have made it and asking myself instead, what if? I will say that no one is really fully prepared what will come next. But you never know if you can make it if you don't try. You cannot be courage if you're not scared in the first place. The journey itself has always been more important to me than anything else. My method to go through my fears and the difficult times was to share my happiness with the people around me. And I made this especially with our alumni community, which will be part soon, and with my management team. This year, we managed to have 7 new consultative members, 7 additional members to this big family that is the G Network. Furthermore, I will not describe only half of the story without mentioning the people that made it unforgettable. My team and my manager that supported me for 1 year, G Italy, and the long calls with the other team, and my whole enterprise, the day spent at the office together and a spirit after every meeting. To all of you, thank you. This moment we spent together are priceless for me. Knowing that this moment have an end has made me appreciate them even more. You keep them close because you know they are unique, they are intense, and they don't last more than a moment. They exist only once, but that is the beauty in them. But what makes you take all the opportunities you have, knowing that every single moment counts? Thank you.
Dear Junior Entrepreneurs, 1 year ago, I was sharing with all of you my happiness to start one more chapter in my Junior Entrepreneur experience. Today, I will close this chapter, but I will keep the memories. 1 year ago, I mentioned that this was a day to speak about possibilities and beliefs, commitment and dedication, passion and talent. And this day would be the day to speak about the people. And indeed it is. I will start by thanking all of you, and a special thanks for all the people that were part of my story, the people I have got the chance to meet and exchange life experiences. And of course, a dear thanks to an amazing team that I had with me in my last chapter. To you, Julius, Milton, Denzel, João and Pedro. A special thank you for all the direct support and for the chance of growing close to you and for having such a wonderful adventure this year together with you. And yes, during the past year we achieved great things together. On our event side, we have challenged entrepreneurs to start building their own relations with junior entrepreneurs by integrating them in a first virtual edition of virtual international conferences. One of our milestones in events was also our JE Winter Conference. And by our, I mean the biggest European conference of our network. This year was the first virtual edition, and we still gathered more than 350 junior entrepreneurs. Of course, this was only possible by having the support of João, the GE Winter Conference Manager. You joined us, and together, we dedicated ourselves to make this conference memorable, and we challenge you, junior entrepreneurs, to find your purpose, to make sure that what you were doing was what makes you happy, that you are passionate about it. Nevertheless, I know that sometimes it's easy to encourage others, but convincing ourselves can be the hardest part. Yet, to succeed and act on our passion, you need to leave your comfort zone. I took my step to be here. Was I afraid? Yes, a lot. And I can tell you that I knew that fear would not stop me from taking this step. Wherever the result would be, I knew that I would give everything I had to succeed on my mission. Sometimes you just have to try things, because the question of what would have been can be one of the hardest ones to digest. I strongly believe that we are all capable of doing whatever we want. I believe that we can do everything we set our mind on. I truly believe that we can shape our own future. And one of the real proofs of this is our team, the JE team. Not only the people that were physically here, but those that were side by side with us doing our year. To all of our managers, thank you. Before letting the ones that will lead this network in the coming years sharing their words with you, I want to share one more thought with you. Many times I was questioned about what a G entrepreneur was, what it means to be a G entrepreneur, what is the G concept about. Summarizing, it means commitment. We all commit ourselves to something. It can be professional experience, learn how to work in a team, international experience, learn how to deal with people, develop competences, so many things. We all have our own objectives, and I'm pretty sure about one thing. We are all committed to working to achieve them. In the end, being part of this network is about the people that we meet and experience we live together. Personally, I have learned many things, yet one of them is crucial, and I already mentioned it. We are all capable of whatever we want if we really want it. So I really believe that our willingness is the most powerful gift we have as human beings. It requires one, though not secret, ingredient: patience. This ingredient can lead us to wherever we want. Nevertheless, be consistent in your actions and ultimately be confident about your beliefs. Thank you.
Okay. Before we continue, on behalf of the full board, I'd like to thank all who supported us this year and took part in Junior Enterprises Europe's development. We thank each company, NGO, close institution or individual who supported us as a partner, collaborator, member, international manager, judges, alumni, or as part of our advisory board. So the support of each of you, how different it may be, is important to us, and we are grateful for it. The support to our organization has many different shapes. It helps us develop our processes, create value for junior enterprises and junior entrepreneurs, and reach more people with our common purpose. A large contribution to this development comes from the JE team. Each week, you have taken some time to reach out to people, research, design, or organize. You're working from all over Europe, but become part of the JE family, helping where you can. Without you, we could not implement our ideas and projects. And two of you have joined us as Brussels-based managers. A special thanks goes to you, João and Pedro. Over several months, you have gone with us through the stressful but also the joyful moments of our term. Sometimes you had to bite the bullet, but your commitment was one of our biggest assets We saw you take a shot and develop yourself. It was a pleasure for us to have you be part of our team. Now, we are looking forward. We are excited to see your future development. Staying in touch with you as part of a big European family. The future of our network will start now, from the achievements we presented today, and will in our official annual report, which will be published in the upcoming days on our social media channels. Make sure you follow them for all the latest developments. And now, to lead us into this future, I would like to welcome the incoming Executive Board to present themselves and their vision for our network.
Dear Junior Entrepreneurs, my name is Martin Perret. I am the incoming president of the Junior Enterprises Europe. My adventure with the Junior Enterprise and the whole concept of GE started 3 years ago when I was a first-year student of economics at the University of Warsaw. I was an ambitious young man looking for new challenges and opportunities. Then a friend of mine introduced me to the concept of GE, and then I became a member of the Compass Consulting organization. It was 3 wonderful years of my life. I had a fantastic opportunity to meet a great number of interesting, ambitious, and great value-oriented people that I can proudly name them as my friends. Through my development of the certain levels of the structure of Compass Consulting, I had the opportunity to learn a lot about business at my first contact with the client. And I never thought I would be able to stand where I'm standing today and present before you and work with you on such a large scale. Our team is determined to work, and with our European network, rich history spanning more than 50 years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication, and also great success, we now have a fantastic opportunity to follow up on this and the successes of the previous board and the boards before them. As a head of both human resources and network development, my purpose is to work with and for junior entrepreneurs. Because of that, it is important to empower the people and bring the most ambitious and talented of them to our network. At the same time, we have a unique opportunity to build upon the efforts and successes of the previous board, as I mentioned before, but also to ensure the right resources exist to foster development of our network, as the previous boards did as well. With that, we want to support each junior enterprise individually to increase their quality and each junior entrepreneur to develop further. The upcoming year will be full of challenges as well as opportunities. I am excited about our cooperation in the fight for a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Dear junior entrepreneurs, it's a pleasure to be present here today. My name is Miguel Bernard and I'm the incoming Vice President of Junior Enterprises Europe. 8th of November of 2019. This is the day that I started my journey as a junior entrepreneur, as a member of the marketing department at Iskachnar Solutions. During that time, I was not aware how this experience will impact me, both personally and professionally. But this network goes way beyond developing skills. During my experience, I have met amazing people, which pushed me to go beyond my limits, and for whom I am deeply thankful for. Fortunately, I had this support and I went further. In February of 2020, I became an enlargement manager at Junior Enterprises Europe. By being outside of my comfort zone, I had grown exponentially. I applied to the executive board of my junior enterprise, and during the last year, I was the external vice president of Iskachnar Solutions. Although I was feeling the fear of this big challenge, I knew that it was the step I needed to take. During this year, I've got the chance to understand better the power of this network, the synergies that can be created here, and the impact we are generating on the academia, the business world, and the society. Although it was a very impactful experience, I knew that my dedication towards the junior enterprise concept could not finish there. And this was a perfect opportunity to give to this network everything that I received. That said, I'm here because I deeply believe in the power of this network and its capacity to shape the future leaders of the world of tomorrow. As head of events, I want to keep delivering valuable participants' experience by creating activities to foster synergies between the junior entrepreneurs. Aware of how powerful this experience can be to a higher education student, as head of enlargement, I will focus on the continuity to enlarge the junior enterprise concept. This way, we can impact more students across all Europe, and I truly believe that there is a lot of talent that can be developed, and this experience can play a huge role towards this goal. We are a network with over 50 years of history. Therefore, a lot of people have invested a lot of hours towards this organization so that we can be where we are today. As the head of alumni management, my intent is to take care of our alumni and continue engaging with them in our LinkedIn community and with our success stories. Regarding international relations, I intend to maintain a good relationship with Junior Enterprises Global and support them. On top of that, I aim to enhance the relationship with the other international confederations. Although I am responsible for these departments, nobody works alone, and therefore I count with an amazing team along with me. Nonetheless, we grow together as a network, and therefore we all work with the same focus to generate a relevant impact. Thank you.
Dear junior entrepreneurs, it's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Rita Antunes, and I'm the incoming Secretary General of Junior Enterprises Europe. A bit more than 2 years ago, I entered my junior enterprise, Lisbon PH, and started where you are, building a path from there, and having the opportunity to meet a lot of different people in different places is what this network provides to each of us. I soon realized that entrepreneurship is not a subject that only business students should embrace, but rather every student, regardless of their field. Having this in mind, I later ambitiously embraced an international project where I could celebrate and reunite this network and realize how different our backgrounds are. This is what makes this network complete. As junior entrepreneurs, we believe in concrete actions rather than just ideation. Pursuing my path, I celebrated our development and growth, although I always had a feeling that I could do more. I wanted to give the new generation, the same opportunity I had. This is the reason I am here today. As the Secretary General, I'll be always connected with each member of the network to make sure your voice is listened to. Regarding public affairs, I will continue working to position the G concept at the European level and to connect with other youth NGOs. As for communication, I will make sure to continue on transmitting the best message at all times and make you feel part of the community by enhancing the Ambassadors program. The future starts with each one of us. We are students capable and committed to generate a relevant impact. Thank you and see you soon.
Dear junior entrepreneurs, I am pleased to have the opportunity today to introduce myself to you side by side with this team. My name is Klaas Klatte and I'm the incoming treasurer of Junior Enterprises Europe. When asked about what the Junior Enterprise Europe concept is, I usually answer that Junior Enterprises is a concept that connects more than 33,000 students worldwide with a similar mindset and shared values. But I would like to answer this question slightly differently here. I would say that Junior Enterprises is a journey. Some of us are in the very beginning of their path. Some are in the middle of it, and others are already close to the end of their journey. Yet, all of us are somewhere on their own personal journey. For me, this journey started in 2019, when I founded GISO, one of the first junior enterprises in Denmark. And even though this was my individual journey, I believe many, if not all of you, had or will have similar experiences as I did. Experiences with accomplishments, success stories, and memories you will never forget. On the other hand, there might also be some challenges in these experiences. People always say we should see them as opportunities to learn and grow. And this is entirely true. But I think even more important is for us to always keep in mind that in this network we have a big advantage. We are here together. I am proud of the fact that in this network it does not matter if we already know each other or if we are still strangers. Being part of this network means for all of us that we will support each other either way. Junior Enterprises has taught me that there are many amazing people out there who support me because they know that I will do exactly the same for them. People with various backgrounds, interests, and educations. We are people who have one thing in common. We want to accomplish something, and we already internalized the fact that this is a lot easier to do in a team. Talking about teams, being the incoming treasurer of Junior Enterprises Europe is a new path on my personal journey. Looking at the team on my side and thinking about my experiences with many amazing people in this network, I only feel very excited for this journey ahead of me. I'm looking forward to meet many of you in future events, get to know you, and help you maybe even on your own personal journey. Personally, in my departments, I will support you in the best way I can. I will make sure that we manage our financial resources in a considerate manner to make sure that we can bring the best value for you. As head of private cooperation, I am looking forward to acquire new valuable partners for our network and to maintain the good relationships we already have with our current partners, to give you the best resources and opportunities to learn and grow. As head of IT, I will coordinate our IT projects to keep Junior Enterprises being adapted to our fast-changing world and to use all the available digital resources in the best way possible. In the end, all of this is happening because of you, the people in our network. Being part of the new executive board means for all of us that we have the opportunity to give back to this network, and our focus will always be on you. So I can only encourage you to participate in the opportunities that this network provides, and to always feel free to reach out to us with any inquiries you have. I am looking forward to meet you in the future and hear about your own journeys. Thank you.
Dear junior entrepreneurs, as we had the opportunity to talk about our private and professional stories, now we would like to share with you our vision and alignment for the future time. Despite our different backgrounds, we all share the same values. Our team is united and our vision for the upcoming year is aligned. The foundation of our community is people, and our priority is to attract, develop, and retain the most talented junior entrepreneurs, while providing that they live our values and commit themselves to bring the network forward. We want to work close with the number of the partners, organizations, but the most important thing is that we want to expand internally and externally while working with the one big team, as well as with all the junior enterprises and junior entrepreneurs. We believe that the road to success is made up of many, often small steps, which are essential to achieve something bigger and meaningful. Our team will work towards improving GE both in terms of projects, business opportunities, tools, and ways that we can expand our network. Previous G experience taught us that learning by doing is as or even more important than the study of theory. G is a direct example of this, and because of that, we want to implement it in our vision for the next year. At the same time, the great strength of the G concept is not only the benefits in terms of business knowledge or personal development, but also the people that we have the opportunity to meet here on a daily basis and then become their friends. This is what sets G apart from other organizations, and we are proud of this. We want our network to continue connecting young, ambitious people. To achieve this, we will continue the work and efforts of the previous executive board by basing our activities on the network's pillars developer integration and recognition. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'd like to come to the official part of our handover ceremony. Thus, I would like to invite the outgoing treasurer, Tatjana Getsch, to join me, and the incoming treasurer, Klaas Klatte, to join me as well. And now, I invite the outgoing Secretary General, Denzel Basso, and the incoming Secretary General, Rita Attunes, to join me. And next up, I would like to invite Morten Fanfer, the outgoing Vice President. And the incoming Vice President, Miguel Bernardo, to join us in the front.
Now, I would like to invite the outgoing president, Julius Sturla. And the incoming president, Martin Parent.
As we say, the G House here in Brussels is the house of our entrepreneurs, of our network. It's the history grown up on a house that was built brick on brick, year after year, team after team. For that reason, we would like to give the keys of the G Enterprises Europe House to our successors, the Executive Board 2022.
Thank you. And now, to conclude the official ceremony and hand over the ceremony, I'd like to invite the previous board to say a few words.
So, first I would like to start to thank to my close ones, to my family, that always supported me and believed in me, although some of them did not know exactly or did not exactly understand why I was moving in 1 year to Brussels. To my friends, for all the support, especially to Rui, James, Natasha, Philip and Carolina. To my boyfriend, that besides all the distance was always supporting me and always there for me. And to these amazing guys next to me for everything, and every single day. And to my managers, João and Mara, of course, because they also work directly with me, but already been saying a lot about João especially. Lastly but not least, to my Junior Enterprise, Skype Junior Solutions, for integrating me in this network and making me feel at home. And one last thing that I want to say to you, all of you junior entrepreneurs, is whatever you are going to do in the future, be sure that it will make you happy, and whatever you do after, act on your purpose. Thank you.
I would like to thank you as well. I want to thank first my family for supporting me until today. Without them, probably wouldn't be able to come here in the first place. And there's so many junior entrepreneurs that I had the chance to meet during my last 4 years. I'm really grateful for all the managers that I worked with this year. So thank you so much, Francisco. Thanks so much, João, Margarida, Juliette, Miguel, and Beatriz. And also Diana. Also, thank you so much for this team that I met here. I think that after this year, I cannot not spend my life with you in some way. And I would like to thank you as well, the people that I met in Italy, especially for my audit team and all the calls we had. It was really fun. And last but not least, I would like to thank all my friends in Jest, my junior enterprise, for starting this journey with me and for making me part of this big family. Thank you.
I'll start with a bit more of a reflection. I remember as if it was yesterday, the day where I received the confirmation I was joining my junior enterprise. I was super happy, of course, but I had no idea what was just about to happen. It was much more than growth. It was a radical transformation of myself in this world. And when joining JEE, I always knew that this was going to be a huge challenge. I just didn't know exactly how it was going to be. But many were also the moments of fun, of building connections, making memories, and all the lessons and growth we take from here go beyond any expectations. Now I would like to do also some thanks. I really don't want to forget anything. I want to start by thanking our partners and other business people that I had the chance to meet and work with during this year. Thank you so much for believing in our value and for deciding to grow by our side. I obviously also have to thank my team. These guys, obviously, but also my amazing managers. To Yanis, that sits by my side during 2 years and became more of a brother rather than a teammate. To Peter, that lived here with us in the house and with whom we got so many beautiful memories together, and he ended up being my right arm. To Christiana, that joined us shortly after in the communication team and brought a lot of fun into it. To Luigi and Vasco for the great and incredible discussions we always had in our meetings, and for making me leave the PC meetings always with a smile on my face. A big thank you also for our Jadus for being an inspiration and pillar of support, especially to our predecessors for preparing us so well for this year that we had. Speaking of pillars, I cannot stress enough how grateful I am for the support, for the constant support of my family and friends, that regardless of not being junior entrepreneurs and not really understanding this world, could help much more than what they could even think. And lastly, thank you to all of you, junior entrepreneurs, all the ones I met and the ones I didn't meet, in my junior enterprise, in JEE, and all over the world. Thank you for giving meaning to my efforts and for making these the best years of my life. This was a beautiful journey and that I will never forget. For the incoming executive board, I can only say that I trust you so much and I am fully sure that you're going to do a great work and accomplish great results. I can only promise you my constant support anytime you need and be by your side also to celebrate your victories. Just as a last message to all junior entrepreneurs, always remember to have the courage to fail and do the things you are most afraid of. Thank you.
I'm right now looking back at 5 years of being a junior entrepreneur. 2016, I started when I joined my junior enterprise, Content Corporation Lüneburg. That feels like a long time ago when you say 5 years, but it felt like a very quick time when you look at all the things that happened at this time. In my junior enterprise, I was a first semester. I had no idea what even studying means and what you will do throughout this time. But my junior enterprise gave me the room to try out things, practice things, learn things that I didn't even have the chance to learn in university classes. And I'm very thankful for all the people that worked with me in my junior enterprise, that gave me feedback, let me try out things, let me fail on things, and so on. So it has been a great start into my university and a great time throughout my university to be with all of you. And then around 1.5 years, 1 year ago, I had the moment of moving to Brussels and coming to Brussels for another part of this experience. And when we think about Europe, we usually think about a place where everything is quite close. But the last months have shown that this is not always the case, and even things that seem quite close to each other can be very distant under other circumstances. Therefore, I'm very thankful for the people who encouraged me to go here, that stuck around me for all this time, how hard it was throughout these months and throughout this distance. Thank you very much. When being here, most of the time I spent with my team, Jaro and Pedro. It was a great time with you here in the house, where it's trying to get everything ready for the events and making them as best as we can, or in between. I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the time with all of you, Diana, Denzel, and Milton. 1 year ago, we were standing here as well and trying to write down our first words. And I really struggled writing down words last year. This year, it all went a lot easier. And that's very good. We are all very different. We all have different experience, different perspectives on some things, but we all have shared beliefs, and we've all worked together to overcome the challenges that were presented to us this year. And it really allowed me to get to know myself better and to learn and to grow. Thank you. A lot of these work aspects were also shared with my managers, Sophia, Andrea, Patricia, Guillaume, Marvin, Ella, and Jan. In our meetings, you have also discussed with me what you want to do, what we want to do for our network, and it was also great to see your engagement, your commitment, and your contributions. Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the other people that I worked with and talked to, the international managers that discussed with me, shared their opinions, and gave trust to us. And Florian and other JADAs that supported us and me throughout this year. External partners that had great discussions with me about Europe, about society, about us. And it was very interesting to see all these different perspectives and get to know you. Thank you. And now, on behalf of the team in general, I would also like to thank all junior entrepreneurs, thank our network for being with us, for making this experience possible, but for joining our events, following us, engaging with us, You are what motivates us to do this, and it's great to see you in our activities. And we hope that this will also continue in the next years, and we may be able to see you in other activities coming up. But especially, we wish you a lot of success with the new team, and we wish a lot of success to the new team. And we have selected you guys for a reason. We believe that you will provide the network with a great future. And thank you for joining us here in the house now, and we wish you all the best for your future. Thank you all for joining this handover ceremony, and we hope you join us for other activities. See you soon. Thank you very much.